But dude, I almost burned down my house this week.
Hold on.
Yeah,
My coming
apartment.
in hot.
Yeah, man, it's
big candles
crazy.
guy?
You know, when I was a kid, when I was a little boy, I used to burn down, I burned down a couple of apartments.
Ladies and gentlemen, the things you find out on the Adulthood pod. If you
Yeah.
can see Marty's perplexed face. Hold on. What? So you an arsonist?
That was the thing. Yeah, I used to just start fires. I don't know why. I think I was like, early on, I was just like attracted to fire. And I remember like I burned down, when I was like 3 years old, I burned down the laundry room. Like I just threw like a match into like the garbage, and it just caught fire, and the whole garbage burned down and the room burned down. But they got it. They turned, the fire department came, they shut it off before
it went crazy.
And then when I was a little older, I was like 5, 6 years old, I burned my brother's bed. Like I was just playing with like a lighter, and then I lit the mattress on fire, and the whole mattress caught fire. He didn't have a bed. It was crazy. The fire department came. I thought I was gonna get arrested for arson. I was like 5 years old.
Okay.
And then I thought I was over it, but apparently I'm not, because this week I had a disaster. Basically, I'm basically, my new thing is, I've always been like a decent cook, but like my new thing is like, I'm like, you know what? I don't see myself ever finding a wife. Let me learn how to cook, so I could do this myself, you know?
I feel like that's like low-key dog whistling. Like all of the ladies that shoot their shots, they're gonna hear that and they're gonna be like flooding your inboxes. But
women shoot their shot, but they don't ever be like, let me cook.
True.
You know? They'll always be like, let me be like an independent woman. And I'm like, no, thank you.
Okay.
So I was like, look, I'm gonna be a chef. Like I wanna be, I went down the rabbit hole. I went down
YouTube?
Yeah, YouTube shorts and reels and TikTok, and it's getting better. It's like the cooking is getting good. You know, cooking is hit or miss.
But
right?
like what, braised short rib with the
yeah,
reduction?
like all of that. Yeah, like I've been making reductions. And stuff.
Once you get to reduction,
I'm trying to. I want to be like one of those guys. I want to be the full package, because once I learn how to cook, it's over for you. It's over. None of y'all can tell me nothing. Right. Because I remember we did an episode, and first of all, I hate when we do an episode, because we're gonna be controversial on our own, so you don't need to like push us to that. But I hate when we do something and then we pull out like a clip, and then people literally don't get the clip, so they're arguing like against what we're saying, which is like dumb, because it's like, we'll say dumb shit on our own. We don't need your push.
But then also big shout out to all of the adulterers that like will comment and say like, you obviously have not watched any of our full episodes.
Shout out to those people. I love those people. Big shout out
to the adulterers that like,
every time there's a dumbass hater in the comment and there's an adulterer that's like, you obviously don't watch the show.
Are not a part of the society.
You guys are heaven sent.
Yeah. We got to make t-shirts to not send you all.
And when I master cooking, I'm gonna send you guys. I'm gonna invite you over for dinner.
I think that should be
all of you.
I think that should be our.
I think we're gonna do a live show, and I'm gonna cook.
You should cook
for the live show.
Yeah, you definitely should cook. And I might like knit or something.
Huh? Yeah.
We'll give you oven mitts.
Yeah, adulthood oven mitts.
and electric ranges, because clearly fire and you aren't. I'm sorry, I interrupted the
story. I almost forgot about it.
Oh man,
this threw me off. Like my whole Monday was thrown off.
Damn.
Sorry.
So I've been cooking. I've been making like all these like things that I see on TikTok. I've been making like steak, chicken cutlets, pasta, all these types of little dishes. You know, I'm starting slow, nothing crazy.
Yeah.
I made tacos, I made burritos, I made Spanish fries. I'm like, I don't want to cook outside. I want to think. So I've been cooking, and I've been kind of feeling myself sometimes.
Okay.
That's the problem when you're a chef.
You got
like
too
I
ahead.
get Gordon Ramsay. Like you start cooking, and all of a sudden you want to yell at people. Like, what the hell are you doing? That's not how you cook an egg. It just what happens when you cook.
So are you yelling at yourself?
Yeah, I mean, I'm yelling like, not at myself, like just in my apartment. I live alone, but just like yelling out into like the ether.
Yeah,
you know, whoever hears it, like my neighbors, whatever.
Yeah.
So I wake up, you know, on Monday morning, and I'm like, I want to make breakfast, you know, and I didn't want to. Sometimes I'll go extreme with the breakfast. Sometimes I want to keep it simple. So I have tater tots in my fridge. I'm like, all right, I'm gonna just put some tater tots in the air fryer, put them in the air fryer, season them a little bit, pour a little bit of olive oil. Huh?
Ninja?
Let me get to the story.
Oh.
I put it in the air fryer. Have a regular Amazon air fryer.
Okay.
Fry up some tater tots.
Okay.
I'm like, okay, what do I want to eat these tots with? I'm like, all right, let me just make some eggs and bacon. Boom. Let me fry an egg. Normally, when I make eggs and bacon, I'll do the egg scrambled. But I was like, you know what? Let me try something different. Let me do the egg over easy. That's like, I like an over easy egg. So I take a pan, I pour oil in it, a little bit of oil, light it up, let it warm up. So
Extra virgin olive oil?
Yeah, well, I don't use extra virgin to fry because extra virgin olive oil has a low burn. So see, I know some things.
Chef it out here, baby.
So you want to use either a mixture of oil or like a corn or vegetable oil because it has a high burn thing. So if you want to deep fry it, it's better. Don't fact check any of this. But don't hit me up or send me emails with your facts about oil because I don't give a damn. So I'm frying my egg, right? I forgot I didn't empty out the dishwasher the night before. Oh. So I'm emptying out the dishwasher as the oil is warming up.
Okay.
So I empty out the dishwasher. Out the dishwasher, I have this spatula that I use. And I have another spatula that I use all the time. But then I used to have this other spatula that I used to use. And when I got the new one, I stopped using the old one. So I was kind of feeling bad for the old one because I feel like everyone has like spirits. I'm like, this old spatula is probably here. Like, oh, why don't you use me? Like, you got this new one. I have abandonment issues. I'm like, clearly, like, use me. Like, you used to use me all the time, but now you don't use me because you got this new better one. So I was like, let me use the old spatula, right? But the old spatula, it has like a thing on it where like the handle. I dry it, but the handle, it has like this, it's like a handle, but the water gets stuck in the handle. So it was in the dishwasher. It was in the dishwasher. I took it out, I dried it, and I held it to the side.
All of this while
the oil is warming up. So I sprinkled a little bit of like a water on the oil. That's how I test my oil. Like you let it sizzle.
You got a little sizzle.
Yeah,
throw a little sizzle on there. Yeah.
That's how you know the oil is ready.
Throw some sizzle on there.
I take an egg. I crack it into a bowl. I like to crack it into a bowl before I throw it on because sometimes I'm not like the best egg cracker. And on a bowl, I can get it. Yeah, I can get it right. But sometimes you crack it into the thing and the whole thing splatters everywhere. I'm not a great egg cracker. I admit my flaws.
And you have crunchy eggs.
Right. You don't want that.
I hear you.
So I crack an egg into a bowl as the thing is heating up. I look at the egg. I was about to stir it and I was like, oh no, I want it whole. So I put the egg whole and as soon as I put it on, the oil is ready. So it starts right away. It starts cooking. I'm like, all right, this is good. I grab my spatula and I go to grab the egg to flip it. I flip the egg and the egg flips. But as the egg flips, I notice out of the spatula, literally it was like half a cup of water just falls into the hot pan of oil. I watch it like slow motion. The water falls into the pan. Immediately, flames, like it was like an explosion. Flames, like all the way on top, like to the ceiling.
That's
like
crazy.
It was that, like my whole, it was just flames. But again, this is one of the things, like this is one of my, like I admit my flaws, but I can also admit when I do something good. And one of my good qualities is I don't panic. I'm very even keel.
Calm demeanor.
Yes. I don't get too excited and I don't get too down.
Okay.
I'm even keel. I'm like a robot. You're not going to get much out of it.
Okay.
So when the flames go up, in my head, it's literally like, in my head, I'm like, I'm going to burn down my entire building.
Oh my
like this
goodness.
is what happened.
Oh my goodness.
And I feel like if it were like somebody else, like let's say a woman, they might have just ran out. Yeah. And panic and not know what to do. But me thinking with my man brain, when the flame burst up, I was like, I should shut off the flame. So I reached to the stove, I shut it off, and the whole thing just shuts off.
That's it.
But my entire kitchen was now filled with
smoke. Oh.
I think I was literally smoke and sud, like there's black sud on the thing.
This is crazy.
Insane. I think I was literally maybe 3 seconds from the walls catching fire.
And
burning down the entire building. I live in a building.
Wallpaper up?
No, it's just regular. Yeah, just regular.
But still highly flammable materials.
Yeah. Everything from the wall behind the stove, the cabinets, all of it filled with black sud. I turn it off and I'm like, I felt like knocking on my neighbor's door and being like, I just saved y'all lives. Like y'all don't even know
what just happened.
Yeah, like y'all don't even know. Y'all was about to lose everything. Like y'all should be thanking me
right before the holidays.
Because even though it was my fault, right before Christmas, y'all was about to be homeless.
But you took accountability, so now you need to be celebrated.
Yeah, but I was, when you're like, again, in the moment, I could remain calm. But after it hit you, what just happened, I was kind of shooken up.
Yeah,
I'm all shook up. Ooh, yeah.
Okay,
Elvis.
Yeah.
So I was like shooken up. So like, everything was filled with smoke. Like the thing is smoke. I open my window. I'm like a fire alarm is going off. A lot of things start going through my head. I realized I don't have a fire extinguisher in my house. So I go on Amazon Prime. I ordered a fire extinguisher.
Same day delivery.
Yeah, and then I ordered. There's also like a blanket. Have you heard of this?
The fire blanket.
The fire blanket. Yeah. I got a fire blanket and a thing. I'm like, cause next time, if the fire would have got on the walls, I think I was done. Yeah. Right? Like, what am I gonna do? Like, pat it out? This was like an inferno.
One of the biggest takeaways, though, is the fact that number one, you didn't burn your eyebrows, and number two, you didn't get no like fire on your hair, because that's how Michael Jackson had got messed up.
Yeah, no, missed the hair fire, no thing, dude. It was like it worked out. I had the Lord on my side.
The Lord,
yeah, on my side.
Were you delivered?
Yeah, dude. I was like my whole Monday was just like flipped. Like I didn't know. Like I was just thinking, but
did you air the apartment out so like get the smoke
out? I opened the window. I opened the window. I have my fan on, my stove fan. I'm trying to get the smoke, all the smoke and the suds out.
Your clothes don't smell like smoke, do they?
I don't know, because once you get stuck in like smoke, like you just think that's just what life smells like.
Yeah, that's true. That's very true.
It's like people that stink don't know it.
That's talk about a lack of self-awareness. That's one of my biggest bugaboos.
But I think it's not them personally. I think your body is just like, we gonna stink. This is just what's gonna be. We're not gonna annoy you with stink all day.
You know what?
Let's just get accustomed to it.
You bring up a good point, because working in corporate, that's like a thing where you have to like go to HR and tell HR that like Johnny over there smells like hot fries. Like you can't just be like, yo, Johnny, you smelling like whatever. You need to take a shower or whatever. You can't. You got to like follow protocol.
I used to work in HR.
Did you?
Did I?
Ian in HR is hilarious.
Or maybe that's a lie. No, that's a lie I used to tell.
Oh.
Yeah, I used to tell.
Okay.
But listen to this story. I was on a flight. I was on a flight one time, and this is when I worked at the airport.
Yeah.
And I didn't work in HR. But this is how much women don't be caring. This is like which again, I don't mind. It's fine. But there's such a double standard when it comes to like sexual harassment. Like,
oh yeah.
Women don't care. And it was hilarious because I was on a flight, right? And I used to work for the airline, so I used to fly first class because as like an employee thing.
Okay, bougie.
Yeah. And so I'm sitting in first class, and this flight attendant, she's like an older.
Ask you if you were a drug dealer?
No, she's like an older. She's like an older black general lady. She's nice. She's like sweet. She's a girl. So so I get up to go use the bathroom, and she's like, you sure is fun. She's like an old black girl. I'm not trying to, that's how she talked. I'm not trying to make it seem like that's how they all talk, but this is how this one talked. She was like, you are sugar sweet fun. You sweet tea. She's naming all types of Southern foods. She's calling me all types of Southern foods. Yeah. All type of sweet Southern.
Was she older? She was macking.
She was like in her 50s. And she was like, you are a jambalaya dish. Just all foods. And I'm blushing.
Jambalaya dish.
Yeah,
Looking like some jambalaya over there. Okay.
Yeah. I'm saying all the things.
You feeling yourself.
Yeah, I'm saying all the things. An older black woman to really make you feel good. Like $1 million bucks.
Did you have a haircut?
Yeah.
Man.
I didn't like to sit in first class without a haircut. Because I used to think they thought I didn't belong.
We might have to put that as an addendum. I like that.
Yeah.
Don't sit in first class if you don't have a haircut. I'm sorry.
No, if you're flying first class, you should, unless you're super rich. Yeah. Because if you're super rich, then you fly like this.
And you have no shoes on.
Yeah, you just whatever. But if you know you don't belong there, you got to look the look. Yeah. If you know you belong there, you can look however you
whatever.
Because whatever. Yeah. So anyway, she's like, you are sugar sweet, whatever. So she's like, what do you do? Or whatever. And I'm like, I actually work for the airline. I was younger. I was like 23, 24. So she's like a 50-year-old woman. You're a little intimidated. You're like, I don't know if I'd be able to last with this woman. If she put it on
she's
me.
In her prime.
In the middle of this flight.
If she throw that vinegar on, snap back.
Yeah, cougars are intimidating when you're young and poor and homeless.
Yep.
So she's giving me these compliments, and she's like, oh, what do you do? And I'm like, I actually work for the airline. And she was like, oh, you do? And I was like, yeah. And then she was like, I used to work at the ramp, but I didn't like to tell people I worked at the ramp because I felt like they might look down on me. That's like the baggage.
Okay.
I was following my dreams,
Yeah, of course.
So she was like, oh, where do you work for? And I was like, she was like, what department do you work in? And I was like, I work in human resources at the airline. And she was a flight attendant for the airline, for Delta. And she was like, I want to go in your office. I want you to call me in your office.
I want you to write me up.
Yeah, write me up if you can. And I'm like, that is that is the epitome of like a woman's confidence. Was like the person tells you they work in human resource and you still sexually harass them. Yeah, you just don't care. Yeah. She's like, I want to get called in your office. What I got to do to get written up? I got to be bad on this flight. And I'm like blushing. I don't even know what to say. I'm like, she's man, you so much Cougar game. I'm just gonna go pee.
Yeah, you're so shy.
She completely owned me on that flight. And then she would come by. She would come be like she like got the other flight attendant. She's like, Mr. HR sitting in the front row, looking as sweet as he want to look.
They was like, trying to pass you around.
I was like, oh my God, stop, please.
Oh
stop.
my goodness.
Right, I was nervous.
Oh man.
Wait, but I didn't even finish the fire story.
Okay.
So for the rest of the day, I'm like nervous. Like I don't even want to walk in the kitchen. First of all, I spent like an hour and a half cleaning up,
of course.
Because I'm thinking now, if I like the stove, like I'm thinking the whole kitchen is flammable because it has all this black soot.
Yeah,
soot. I think I was saying suds.
You were.
We just let it ride.
You were also saying spatula.
What
like the Bachelor?
Yeah,
but a spatula.
Spatula.
Yeah, but look, for the people who earlier, because some people probably in the episode earlier in this episode, like because they're listening to it right now live, and they probably heard me say suds, and they're probably like, "Is sud?" But if you corrected it in the comment, you're an idiot because I already corrected myself. So delete your comment. Actually, don't delete it because it's good for the algorithm.
Yeah, keep it there.
But just know that I corrected myself.
Engagement.
That you didn't get me. Right.
Engagement.
And shout out to you for listening and commenting and all that. We love you. But the soot, my whole kitchen was full of soot. And I'm thinking like maybe I light a match, I light a cigarette, incense, whatever. And it's all flames all over my kitchen. And so I'm scrubbing, you know, I'm like a 1950s housewife. Yeah. I'm on my knees. I'm wearing a gown. Did
you curl your hair?
I'm wearing rollers in the hair. I'm cleaning the entire kitchen.
Don't smoke a cigarette.
I got a cigarette in my mouth. It's not even lit, but I'm just trying to do every cliche so I can clean. And eventually I get it clean, and I don't want to, I'm like nervous. I'm like, all right, I don't want to cook for the rest of the day. I don't want to turn on my stove because I'm like nervous about it.
Yeah.
So I had the night before I had made some rice. I had made some Spanish rice because I had made tacos. So I'm like, I had made a burrito. So I was like, you know what? I saw this recipe on TikTok about this chicken thighs that look good. I was like, let me make the chicken thighs. So I go to the supermarket across the street. I buy a whole packet of chicken thighs. I come back. I season them. I'm doing all the things. Still in the gown, just like the housewife.
You can't go outside without the gown.
Right.
As we learned from Marty.
And the chicken thighs is in the air fryer. So I'm like, perfect. I don't need flames. I don't got to deal with nothing, no heat. This is low stakes.
Safety.
I put the thing in I put the chicken in, I season it, I put it in the air fryer. I go in my bedroom. I start, sitting down, contemplating praying. How my life almost ended in the morning,
Yeah.
All of a sudden, I start smelling smoke.
Oh no.
I'm like, smoke. Maybe I'm like, at the minimum, the chicken is burning because the air fryer doesn't even use fire. So what could be going? So, but the smoke started getting stronger. So I go into the kitchen. It's not smoky, but you could smell it. It's not like smoky. So I go into the kitchen and the air fryer is off. Like it's not on. And I'm like, why is the air fryer off? I try to turn it back on. It's not turning on. I open my fridge. Like I was going to get like a glass of water. Like I like to drink as I think. You drink and rub my beard when I'm thinking. So I went to get a glass of water. I noticed that my fridge is off. Like the light bulb is off. And I'm like, oh, maybe the power went out on the thing. So I try to move my air fryer to disconnect it, to try to connect it to another outlet to see if it'll work. I moved the air fryer under the air fryer on my counter that apparently you're not supposed to put anything on top of the air fryer. And I had something on the air fryer and it was burning through the bottom and started burning my counter and my counter was
on fire.
Yeah, it wasn't on fire. It was just burning. So that was the smell of burnt that I was thing. So I take the chicken out the air fryer. I start my oven. I put it in the oven. I put a baking sheet. I put the chicken in the oven, and I take the air fryer off the thing. I threw the air fryer. I go on Amazon Prime. I ordered a Ninja air fryer. It came in the morning, and now I got a new air fryer, and I'm back to cooking.
Okay, I was gonna say that if anybody works at Fresh Direct, or anybody that works at Uber or Seamless, could we get this man an unlimited account? Just stay away from cooking for a little bit.
No, I'm back, baby.
You back?
Yeah, I'm back.
Nothing gonna hold you back.
I'm making tomorrow.
Tamales?
I'm gonna make salmon.
Oh,
Am I
okay.
making salmon?
Here's a big question.
Yeah, I'm gonna make salmon.
Is the L silent or do you pronounce it?
silent, baby. I got class.
So it's salmon.
Salmon, yeah.
Salmon.
No L.
Okay.
No
Not
L.
salmon.
No, we're not poor
okay.
people.
Okay.
Salmon.
All right.
Yeah.
Are
I'm
you
making
doing
like sweet and spicy Asian salmon.
with the miso sauce?
Excuse me. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. So with like a miso or whatever.
Now, are you doing freshwater or farm raised? Because this is very important.
Oh, salmon.
The salmon.
Oh,
You gotta do freshwater.
I don't really care if the salmon comes from like a good family or a good bloodline. I
Okay.
just kind of take it. I buy my salmon. There's a guy on the corner. He just sells it. He has like a hot dog cart and he also has salmon.
Trey?
Yeah. He's in Queens.
Okay.
I
I didn't know he was doing salmon now.
That was a long story. What was that? Like a 30-minute
25
opening
minutes.
story?
That was 25 minutes.
That's good. I mean,
But-
the adulterers love a story.
But the thing is, when you go through
This is
something
the stuff
like
that gets them through the day.
That
It's like
is.
that story where
That
they're
is.
like, what's going to happen? Did he burn down the house? Come back next week to find out.
But
Sorry,
also,
I'm kind of wired. It's
You
New
also
Year's.
had to like let that trauma out. That's a very traumatic event. Like
Yeah.
you almost could have just burned your whole joint down, bro.
Yeah.
That's crazy.